I am ready for electrical power up procedure.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are situated. This is an odd time to do a stream. I'm actually still at work, so I'm taking a bit of liberty. The stuff I can do is when I sit back and let the aircraft do its thing. So it's not like I'm stopping to work, and I might get interrupted. So just bear that in mind. But so far so good. This is a test flight. I need to make sure I got this correct version in here. Yeah, this is version 40321B. Okay, now this is a very significant update. Hello, Andy. This is a very significant update for the simple reason, if you look at the changelog, Zibo put in all new code for the electrical systems, brand new code, okay? And he also says that he found a bug in the explain weather engine that was causing this porpoising when we are in cruise, up, down, up, down, up, down the whole time. So he's changing in the code, he changed the source where he reads from to make sure that the aircraft remains stable in flight. Okay, so the changelog is in the description below the video. You guys can have a look there. Hello, Tony. Right, so the idea, it's a bit of a long flight. Okay, so I don't expect everyone to sit here all the time. I just went and made coffee. I'm probably going to do it twice more during this long flight because I think it's like 2 hours 40. Approximately, let's call it 2.5 hours, between 2.5, 3 hour flight because we're flying from Dublin to Madrid. Okay, I'm going to use cost index 50 just to push it along a little bit. And like I say, I'm at work, so I might get an interruption from a customer or something, but we're putting it on video here on YouTube so we can always refer back to it. Okay, the idea obviously now is to test it. Now, I'm going to do a couple of stupid things, or maybe, it's not really stupid for us, but, in terms of a flight simmer might think it's stupid. But I need to test a couple of things. So we're going to have a look-see. If I understand Zibo correctly, I'll obviously try follow what he wants me to do. Zibo, if I make a mistake, I apologize, and you show me how, and I'll try again.
I need to watch you.
You're welcome. Hello, Uncle John, Orty, and Wim. Welcome.
Morning.
Right, so the first strange thing we're going to do is we're going to take off with the APU running and without tying the engines to the bus. Okay, source is going to be off. Those two ones, and we're going to run on the APU. I have no idea why Zibo wants us to test that, but Zibo, I trust you. I'm just going to follow and see what you say, and then obviously we'll kick in later, with the rest, put everything back in place. So if this is your cup of tea, if this is what you want to see, obviously you're welcome. Let me go grab all my stuff here on the side quickly. There's my OFP. See if I've got it. You did. It's good. I see I just missed Twixter there. Twixter, if you're still watching, sorry, I got trapped by the customer, which, is where my money comes from, so I had to go and do my job. 173, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, shoot off, Nico.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's like 4 a.m. in the morning there. It's understandable. Departing the fix, good morning. You are welcome. I'm glad somebody likes what I helped them with. I was just called a DICK by someone else. Did you guys see the in Discord?
No, not yet.
I go look in general chat, I think. See about general chat.
I'm particularly interested in the trim, Nico.
I can't hear what you're saying. Come closer.
I mean, I'm in particular wanting to watch the trim.
Yeah. We're going to do the trim thing. Uncle John, I just had a chat with Eugenie about it, but I said to him, there's no point in him doing it today or tomorrow, fixing Linda. Let's get fix 21 out. And then we
Yeah.
know Zibo's done with it. Otherwise, I mean, from what I understand, they fixed it. Then Zibo went and changed something. Now they've got to fix it again. That's chasing your tail. We don't want to do that. So,
Right.
yeah. So Linda, I'll use it. You said trim. We'll see what the problem is, and like I said to you, Janie, let's get 21 out. Then we can fix Linda again.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Yes, I don't know about you guys, but I hate doing jobs twice or double work. It's just I don't like it. Right, okay, so let's get some power here.
Ground to cockpit. Prime acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Right, I specifically chose this flight, Uncle John. I'm going to fly from Dublin to Madrid. The reason is the time span. I want to fly that we can check that cruise and the oscillation for a long period, as long as possible, you see.
Okay. Well, when you were away, you got me to take it up to maximum altitude.
Okay.
Maximum max speed.
Okay, that's awesome. I love it when Twixter comes around. He's full of plans always. Right. Next. So we're going up to 350 now. We might climb a little bit more just to do that same test, Uncle John. Anyway, for those guys of you watching the video or the stream now, Twixter was here with us for quite some time. Sasso was here as well. It's so interesting. Twixter used the words like night and day difference between 21A and 21B, and especially now that Zibo's figured out what the problem is. He says it's magnificent. Uncle John was raving about this flight model, so I'm dying to try it myself. That's why I'm taking middle of the day here to do it.
It flies like a dream.
Jet Power, sorry, I can't remember if I said hello to you. I did notice you, but hello. If I said it twice, sorry, old age. And I'm talking too much. Hello, Martin. Right, that's done. Right. Fuel is still loading. I thought so. Go enjoy Andy. We're going to be here for a while. I hate it when real life interferes with virtual life, man. I know the feeling. Uncle John, just FYI. Also, Renee's come back home sick. She's in bed. She went to sleep.
Oh, okay.
How's it, Rab? I see you here as well. Welcome.
Good morning.
Hello. This is a brand new route that I put into the VA for you guys. The old route wasn't valid anymore, so I just got this from Eurocontrol. Hey, Clarence. Yeah, we're gonna be heavy.
Sometimes, Nico, with Navigraph, if you do a calculation for a route, it's quite different than if you use Route Finder. Eh?
Yes. I think in Navigraph and most of your, like PFPX, most of your flight tools, they just look at the connections. They don't take into account any restrictions or whatever, you know, the law, so to speak. But when you use Route Finder and you then go find one in the Eurocontrol database, that's where I get mine. It's all from Eurocontrol's database. It's night and day difference sometimes.
Yeah, I use it too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-flight procedure.
Hello, Wycliffe. Yeah, this is another test. Wycliffe, we got a new flight model update from Twixter. He says it's night and day different from the one we had yesterday. And Zibo found a bug that he wants us to test as well. And there's a couple of things that happened between them. So it's my privilege to put it out here. The review Uncle John gave it earlier was excellent. So I'm dying to see for myself now. And we're putting everything on video so Twixter and Zibo can obviously have a look-see.
Gotta go push the talk, Nico.
Okay. 277. 77. Oh, weer heavy, eh? The changelog is in the description below the video. So if you click on show more, you guys can see it there. I didn't pin it. Don't know if it will fit, but it's there. Very foggy departure. Yeah. 350. 50. Linda, you messer. You messer upper. It's an old SOP. No one uses that anymore because of the bypass pin. So anyway.
Please check that the flight level is set correctly. Please check that the landing altitude is set correctly. I will only announce the SOP actions.
Why didn't this
I
say?
will only perform pilot monitoring actions. Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Thank you, Linda. You just finish what you're doing there, and when you're ready, we'll talk to you. Testing the oxygen is important. 5.5 on the trim. Let her just do her thing, and then we'll interrupt. How's it, Neil?
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Obstacle. Obstacle.
For those of you that joined late, already announced it earlier in the stream, but Linda needs another update. This is a newer Linda, but she needs another update, and I think it's because Zibo changed some more of the code. So I've spoken to you, Janie, and they will look at it after Fix 21 is released. Yeah, no, I'm all good, Neil. I'm stealing time from work now, but like I said also earlier, is I'll continue working, and look, I've got multiple screens. It's not like I'm stopping, but I need to keep an eye on this, and we're obviously putting it on video to check. And with you guys, yeah, we're going to make a whole big deal out of it today.
Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test.
Trim down.
Yeah, she's doing it wrong. See, Uncle John. Exactly what you said. Uncle John told me she did it this morning with him as well.
It'll go down to about 3, Nico.
Yeah.
And you're convinced that that's Linda, is it?
This is Linda, yeah. This is not Zibo. This is on Linda. Yeah, it stops at 3. Oh, goodness, this Bravo has got a wheel. Come
What
on.
do you need? 0.25?
5.5. That's close enough.
Thank you.
Before start procedure.
Well, at least that's answered my question.
Yes.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
We can get that and that.
Before start procedure complete.
Thank you, Linda.
Ready for before start checklist.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. So connected and bypassing inserted. Release parking brake.
X release.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Starting number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. 25N2. Starter cutout.
So you will skip before taxi procedure, Nico. It doesn't shut down the APU.
Yeah, no, we're going to skip all that because we need the APU on for the test. So the next thing I'm going to do is just tell her to do the before taxi procedure.
Operation complete. First parking
If
brake.
she switches it off, if that's part of where she switches it off, right? Let me rather do it. No, we don't want to cause a problem.
Well, she will turn it off, won't she?
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Start number 1 engine. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's
Starting
exactly where she
number
does it,
one
but I
engine.
think it is. I think you were miscorrect. Yeah. It's a strange test request, eh?
N2. 25N2.
Tow is disconnected and bypassing has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Ouch, Neil. Okay.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Right, so we're going to keep the APU running. We're going to go for taxi lights, and we're going to switch off the bleed. Okay, so just a little bit of background information. When you have your APU bleed on, you see you've got dual bleed error immediately. See there? There. So you can't taxi with a dual bleed error. You blow your APU, so we have to switch that thing off to get rid of the error. Okay, well then I'm happy.
Maybe the APU should trip on high temperature or something like that because he can't get his air pressure away.
Yeah, but that's not what's gonna happen here. If you leave this thing on and we've got the dual bleed error, what's gonna happen is the moment you put the throttles forward on your left engine, it's gonna push a lot of air out, and then it's gonna want to escape through the APU, and that's why it blows it out, because the pressure is gonna be too much there. So it's not about the temperature; it's about that massive air pressure that builds up, apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
There is no payware airport in Explain 12 for Fala. In Explain 11 I had one, but I'm not going to put the Explain 11 thing into my 12. Alright, so there we go. We've got some work to go do now. Okay, APU is still on. Yeah, Wycliffe, this xEnviro I've got is, again, it's a newer one. This is now test number 7. So it looks different again. Okay, the previous stream was on test 5. Sorry, not the previous stream, the one before that. But the previous stream was also test 7, but we couldn't see it because it was dark, right? So now we can admire it in daytime.
Horizontal stabilizer trimmer not set for takeoff.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Luminek. While I'm on this page, we need to take a screenshot. Okay, now I need to check in Xperia listing if the clear air temp turbulence is still off. Yes, it's off. Okay, so we won't have interference in the test. That's weird, Wycliffe. That's strange. Before takeoff procedure. Hope she doesn't switch it
Before
off now.
takeoff procedure.
Let's see what she does. Otherwise, we're just going to stand here and restart the blinking thing.
On runway 2A, right.
Yeah, she switched it off. I hope not. I hope not. Maybe that was just the lights.
Before takeoff procedure complete.
Enjoy, Nico.
What are you going to
Ready
do?
for before
Okay, well,
takeoff
if something goes wrong, remember this is an abnormal takeoff. This is not by the book. So this means we don't have power on the bus from the engines. We're running off the APU. This is a test Zibo wants me to do. So we shall do that. And then once we're in the air and everything is okay and we didn't crash out, it will be nice. Let's just save a flight here, just in case. So I don't know what's going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then at least we can reload here.
Stabilized.
Yeah, not entirely, but close. Close to that procedure. Oh, I'm so glad I calibrated the rudders.
Takeoff thrust set. knots. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Get up. Oh, that's smooth. And you can feel the weight in the aircraft, eh? Oh, it's really nice.
Acceleration altitude.
xEnviro.
Yeah, it's xEnviro. It's the latest test model 1.35 test 7. Okay, well, There's the overhead Zibo. Don't know what you want to see there, but there you are. I think that's probably the most significant of all. Now I'm gonna go back to the clouds just now. I just want to give Zibo a lot of things to look at.
Flaps 1 set.
So he didn't specify when I can go back to normal, but we might as well go back there now. Aha.
Flaps up and set.
So the moment we switched AP disconnected, which should be a good thing. I don't know. I believe so. Because there was a power transfer between the buses. Yeah. Maybe you can come off. Yeah, we're back to normal. Let's look at these clouds. Okay, so nothing major happened. Ooh, I like these clouds.
Transition altitude.
Be nice to see my yoke. You know, I'm married, eh? Here you go. Neil, nobody told me a specific plan. I just did what I did. In my next flight, we can do the Command B thing. But both buses were off, so I think we're going to have the same issue.
Everything I did with Zibo this morning, he was pleased with anyway.
Good. You're welcome. You may. Please enjoy. In the real world, I can tell you one thing. The clouds has a special place in my heart as well, eh? I've noticed something again here. I think these clouds shouldn't be this flat at the top. See, this is why we test it. The cloud shouldn't be flat at the top. It's like they're inverted. We've had this previously as well. You see the jagged edges are below and they're flat. It should be the other way around. Yeah, I don't know, Neil. I don't know.
We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any assistance you may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight entertainment has begun.
Right. Let's see, during the climb, how stable this one is now. This yoke is very stable, huh? Look at this.
Beautiful,
more-
isn't it?
Yeah, no more shaking and rattling and rolling. Just as it should. Yeah, Rune, I have absolutely no idea. No idea whatsoever. Neil, my next flight can be in the default weather. For me, it's also important to test the xEnviro. So I'm doing 2 tests at once. Yeah, we can do the next flight in default. Yeah, I saw that. That's obviously something that Andre needs to fix in xEnviro. To disable the explain real weather, you go to flight configuration, you go to weather, and you set it here to manually enter weather at the bottom there. Allegedly, Your Honor. So we need to be below 230. That's why it's blocking us. 230 or below. I was wondering. That's strange. I've never seen that, Jeroen. There was a version, one of our test versions, that went cockeye on me the other day. So, yeah, I know it happens in testing, but I've never seen it with a production model. That's strange. Very strange. Well, remember, they have a standing order in their system that they don't really support X-Plane in beta, right? And then once X-Plane is released, they kind of, find the stability and then release their version. So I'm not sure. I mean, this is supposed to now be, R2 is supposed to be the final X-Plane release version for 12.1.3, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, 12.1.3. You missed a dot there. Aha. Hello, Gilbert. Hallo Herman, welkom.
Trickster's back, Nico.
Morning, gents.
Morning, Mr. Mac. Nico,
Hello, Mac. Yes.
Trickster's with us.
Yeah. I was speaking here, but my mic was muted. Hello, welcome back, Trickster. And Mac. I had to unmute myself.
Right, question.
Yeah.
Nico. Let me just mute that. The top of climb.
Yeah.
The projected top of climb and the top of climb are vastly different indications.
Yeah, I can see. That's interesting. I noticed it, but it didn't really register. Now that you mention it, I see.
It's been like that for quite some way.
Okay, let's...
Didn't know whether Twixter had got a comment to make.
It's very interesting. Pop it in the different.
I'm just wondering whether it's related to the indicated airspeed, because it's slowly closing.
Yeah, no, I can see.
So as the indicated airspeed slows down. Now I don't know whether that's a feature of a real life aircraft or not.
Well, you won't put anything if
It's
it's not in the real one, Mac.
Well, what I'm getting at is
The way it
does
operates.
the banana work on real time indicated airspeed or projected?
Yeah. Neil, when we did some of the previous tests, this thing wouldn't climb more than 500 foot per minute, eh? So this is like double the rate already just from that one test.
Mm. It's closing fast as the indicated airspeed's dropping.
Mm. Neil, we are also heavy, eh? Almost 69 ton. He's answered us. He says the green banana is calculated altitude with the current VVI, but VVI is changing by altitude. So the mathematics that goes in there is a bit more complex than just, it needs to be there.
Yeah, okay. So it's that projection is only based at that moment in time, given the indicated airspeed.
I hear you, Scotsman.
I thought it was worth querying.
Yeah, so we learn, Mac.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what it means, current rate of climb. He's using the VVI.
But in the real aircraft, that's also the case, is it? Or is the projected one where the top of climb is?
Mac, like I say, you know him well enough. He doesn't put anything in that's not really in the real thing. So,
No.
you know, you can ask Sasso when you see him next, but I've got a 90% surety that it should be right.
Well, Twixter should probably know as well.
Yeah.
Was that Zebo or Twixter say?
No, Zebo. Zebo answered me.
Thank you.
It's in the dev room.
Thank
Go
you.
check in the dev room.
Okay. Okay.
Look how stable it is now. So for the guys that joined late, Zebo changed the point of reference where he calculates your cruise level from, I suppose. How else do we put it? See, in explain real weather, what happens is there's spiking that happens. So the barometer pressure changes. And then what happens is the Zebo code, the autopilot tries to follow the changes in the baro pressure, and then because it's too abrupt, that's when we start getting the oscillation. Now he's changed the point of reference. Instead of reading the baro pressure and stuff from explain real weather and basing his calculations on that, he's now using the VVI. All right, so your vertical speed indicator, basically, to calculate the cruise stability and things like that. Yeah, you're going to be amazed. You're going to absolutely be amazed just because you use a different point of reference. You know, it goes to tell you, your mother and father probably told you this as a kid as well. Don't listen to anybody, you know, or everybody. You know, some people talk nonsense, and this is basically the same point of reference was wrong. And now fixing the point of reference, getting a more stable, you know, correct reply back, it's just revolutionized the whole Zibomod. Just changed everything.
What's your current cruise preferred cruise or optimum cruise figure?
Well, optimum is 3.7 and we're at 3.5.
Any chance? Have you got room before top of the 7?
Oh yes, plenty.
37?
Plenty.
Step climb?
Yep.
We did all this testing this morning with Twixter.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just thinking it's another tick on video, that's all.
Of course. Right, so overhead and MCP, then there we go. Altitude intervent.
We also added maximum max speed as well.
Yeah, that's... I think it's something like about... Oh, you've got nearly 2,000 feet per minute there.
No, it's 900 at
It's
this
coming
time.
back, yeah. I was going to say, I think it's
1,000 to
about
level
12, 1,300, isn't it? when it gets up there. Oh, look at that.
What, Mac?
Just look at that leveling off there.
Hmm. Absolutely departing the fix, I agree. I think Zibo must have sighed a huge sigh of relief when he figured it out that that was the problem.
Well, guys, I'm going to go. Enjoy your flight, Nico, and I hope it all comes to fruition for us. Catch you later, guys.
Okay, Artie, sleep well. Bye-bye. I am suitably impressed, I can tell you that. Hey, Uncle John.
I'm bubbling with it, Nico.
Mm. Brilliant.
I would think Zebo's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nico, this is the culmination of all the years that you've been working with Zibo.
Yeah, it's really cool. What an experience.
Nico,
Yes, sir.
Nico, can you take a look at your overhead panel to your pressure difference dial? Can you zoom in? Wow, that's stable.
Yep.
Nice.
The other thing is if you look at this climb or descent indicator here, look how stable that is now. For a long time, when we used xEnviro, this thing would flicker up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Look how stable that is now as well. All good things come to those who work hard for it, eh?
Right.
Yeah, the yoke does move when it needs to.
Now that's the thing. It's not that bobbing around thing anymore. That's so cool. Christopher, all good, man, all good. This is a brilliant update we're testing now. Twixter and Ziba did a good job here. I think with the new flight model that Twixter made, this thing can hardly be better. Eh? This is really top notch.
I think it's time it was awarded a gold star.
Nico. I've been quietly watching.
Yes, Tim.
And it's 6 o'clock in the morning here, way past midnight, so I'm not going to hang around, but I hope you enjoy the rest of the test.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully we'll get this thing out to the public soon so that everybody will be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the guys are going to be over the moon with this thing. It's stunning.
Well, if you do find any anomalies with flying handling or anything like that, let me know.
Will do.
I tuned the heck out of it and did a lot of testing before I sent the flight model over to Lubos. And
yes.
But you know, you can always miss something. You know, you need more than one set of eyes.
Always. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But I can tell you one thing. So far, so good. You can go sleep in peace now. It's working. You know, so far, so good.
Yeah, I know that Lubos got to be really happy with sorting out that finding and sorting out the cause of that oscillation.
Yes.
And of course, as you know, the previous flight model was just an interim solution to this flight model because it was actually an early version of this flight model in development.
Sure.
And of course, we released it, as you recall, to try and deal with some of the other problems that were showing up.
Yes, sir.
So I was happy to get this one out because this is ultimately where we've been trying to go. We're closing in on the finish line, I think, of having something that goes gold and not have to do anything else with it. But that never is truly true, right?
Sure. Sure.
Things have to be updated for various reasons. Yeah, we can think we have it perfect, and then Laminar comes along and does something with the flight model engine that messes everything up, and I have to start over.
Yes, sir. Well, let's hope it lasts a while now.
Yeah. Well, it's like this thing with the, this pressure altitude bump that Lubos found. Obviously, that's an issue that Laminar really needs to do something with. Are you using xEnviro right now?
Right now, yes.
Yeah. Well, when you said you're going to do your next flight using...
yeah, we'll use the default.
Weather, right?
Yes, yeah, default real weather next time.
Well, I've done 5 or 6 test flights with using the default real weather. But I can say that I'm noticing here with the xEnviro that you have an even more stable platform than with the
default
real weather. Because you will notice, you're going to notice some more trim action. It's not going to oscillate, but you're going to still hear the trim running more often in the X-plane real weather.
Yeah.
And that's obviously because of that pressure bump.
Yes, sir.
That Zibio was talking about. So.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, you'll see how that works, but I think you'll still be happy with it. My biggest concern is that I've been communicating a lot with one of the cockpit builders, and they're having a hard time with it because it had been creating hardware problems. He's worried about damage, and that constant trimming is overheating the components.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. That's not a problem that you have to deal with on a desktop, but obviously in the cockpit with a motorized TQ, it's a potential issue.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope you solve it.
Well, I think we've got it pretty much solved. I'll talk again with actually, I don't know. I've been trying to talk him into becoming a member of this forum because he'll get, he'll get the scoop early that way.
Sure.
And have access. The main thing is for the test pilots here to have access to directly download the test versions before everybody else. And
yes,
we need some cockpit builders in that group. Because that's the other part of the hobby that was addressed, and having some of those people who can get in there and give their feedback on what's going on with the cockpits that they're building. So anyway, you guys enjoy, and I'm gonna actually go to bed and sleep throughout the morning here. I am.
Okay, now go look after yourself. Hmm?
You guys,
There is one person who streams quite a bit and announces in our Discord.
Michael Swannick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Might be worth contacting him.
Yes. I'll have a word with him.
When he's been his communications here on Discord, but
He's
yeah, interested to get feedback.
he posts in the streaming section, doesn't he, Nico?
Yes, yeah. But Pat is also here. I can't remember Pat's surname, but Pat has also got a huge YouTube channel. He's also here on this Discord. So there's two guys already.
Yeah. So I'll be communicating with all those guys a lot more when I get to this point where I have to start interfacing. You know, my cockpit is almost complete, and I've been very patient not to try and fly it because it gets in the way of finishing the building, which requires a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, hoping my maiden flight will come up in the next 3 or 4 weeks. And,
Okay.
actually be up and running with it. Otherwise, it's just a piece of statuary if it's not being sold.
Reason for mentioning that Swannick man is because he flies the Zibo and in X-Plane 12.
Mm-hmm. Alright, for the guys watching the stream, Twixter, I just put your cockpit photo in there so they can see what you're busy building at home.
Yeah, is that the latest one that I put up here the other day?
Sorry, your voice comes and goes a bit. You're a bit away now again.
Okay.
But anyway, Twixter, go rest. You did well. You did very well. Thank you so much for all your work with this flight model. We really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. And if, like I say, anything else comes up, I know you'll let me know, so I know what to do.
Will do. No, we'll let you know. Thank you so much.
You guys
Okay.
take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.
Yes, jet power, and he's been building on it for a number of years now, you know, in between him flying in the real world and so on. So it's a long time coming, eh? Well, I'm impressed. I just want to sit a little bit more upright. There's something else that I want to check. It might be a little bit too late to actually think about it now, but let's check it anyway. Right. Is this, so you guys can see this as well. So have a look, see what the winds say. IDRIK. Let's go find IDRIK. IDRIK. So these winds are not exactly the same. Okay, I had to check that. It's in our development room. You guys don't have access to that room. I'll quickly ask him if I can share it with you guys. I'm not sure if he's going to see that message now, because I think he's based. He needs to go sleep now, so let's do this. What the hell did I... Oh, look at this. Okay, let me get it back on screen here for you guys. I'm just blowing it up a little bit, just zooming in. Look there, it's a little bit more full screen. That's his cockpit. Jet power, the winds aloft should be from the XML file. The one thing I have not asked Zibo is whether he does calculations, whether he allows for the weather to influence it, or etc. etc. You know, I'm not sure. It's close, but no cigar, you know, and some people are really, really, really anxious to have the same values. The thing is just, I'll share something else with you just now. So anyway, that's the cockpit. Let's just get rid of that. I'll show you something else. Whenever I get into a discussion about winds, the first thing that I do is always this, okay? You go to your OFP, you look at that, okay? It tells you the winds observation, the weather observation was done on the 16th of the month at 600 Zulu, you see. Now we are currently at 1200 Zulu. So you're talking 6-hour difference. And it makes it very difficult to actually debate somebody on the winds, because who says the winds didn't change? I mean, in 6 hours, you can bet your bottom dollar the winds have changed. Now, one day, a while ago, me and Andre from xEnviro had a chat, and we were talking about updates that happen after the observation. And one of his friends said to us that SimBrief does update weather every now and then, okay, which means it's not necessarily published or, you know, on the time of the observation. That's the basis for it. But there can be discrepancies. Now, I don't know the technicalities of when it happens, how frequent it happens, you know, to what extent it updates and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, even in the real world, you can plan 1,000,000 times. All it takes is one act of God and 5 minutes, and the weather is different, right? So when it comes to things like this, it's difficult to say he's right, he's wrong. It's one of those things. We plan to the best of our ability. We use what's available. Obviously, there was a very clear mistake in where Zibo pulled the information from, so he fixed that, okay? And as you saw, it's close, but it's no cigar. So I haven't spoken to Zibo about it yet, but I'd love to get behind the scenes to find out how exactly he does it, because he could also be parsing weather based upon the numbers, you know, that he looks at it and he says because of A, B, C, X, Y, Z, you need to adjust this and that and other. I don't know whether he does that, you know, it's just... We'll see. Oh, Twixter answered.
Can you put the yoke back on, Nico, for a minute?
Here you go, Mac. Twixter said I can share the picture. So, guys, let me just grab it. Ow. What did he do? Oh, there's share image. Desktop. Okay. I'm going to put it into Skymatix chat for you guys. Okay. I think I spelled that wrong.
The yoke is moving. If you look at your winds, they've changed direction, and the yoke moved immediately.
Yeah. So it comes back to what Uncle John said earlier, that it moves when it needs to.
Yeah. If you look, your winds are...
Yes. 081 at 14 now.
Yeah.
That's fine, Mac. Okay, ladies and gents, sorry, Mac, that picture of Twixter's home cockpit is in Skymatix chat. You can go have a look. Yes, Mac?
Just saying that your reference whether winds or weather was showing up, I would say it is. The other one to monitor is the trim wheel. Is that moving at all?
No. No. Steady as a rock.
Okay.
Sure, we've got 321 nautical miles for top of descent. This was a long flight, but worthwhile. I mean, at the end of the day, we've seen what we wanted to see, you know.
The trim wheel isn't likely to move much anyway, because in real life you would have movement up in the cabin, and that's when the trim wheel would be going backwards and forwards.
It depends on how many desserts the lady had, you know. But we won't go there, don't worry.
No, we won't.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm sitting here thinking now about Twixter joining us here. We're really privileged, you know, to have him and Zibo and Sasso and some of the other guys here, including you guys, you know. We're really privileged to be part of this whole story.
In the development area, we've had a couple of other pilots also reporting as well, haven't we, Rico?
Yep, yeah. Hello, UVP. You know what we could do? I'm going to save a flight just in case. 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's do this. Plugins. Now watch how this aircraft is going to jump up and down, or it used to. Let's see. So we're gonna go xEnviro off. Okay. We're doing this for Neil. Neil, if it bombs out, it's your fault. Download real weather. Let's just move over to real weather. There you go. Flight changes. Then we've tested both in one flight. Why not?
Did you need to rescan it, Nick? I'm only asking.
What do you mean? Re what?
Rescan the weather.
Well, when you switch it over to real weather, it downloads the latest weather anyway, Uncle John, so it rescans it automatically, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Look at that wind direction now. In that short space of time, you've gone through over 90-degree change in wind direction.
Yeah, it updates rather fast. And that's what been one of the pain in the asses from this weather engine for a long time. It's just too abrupt. There's just no smooth transitioning.
It's been gradual while you were in xEnviro.
I know.
You
But
had a headwind, now you've got tailwind.
Yeah, we understand, Mac, but you know, speaking generally in explain weather.
Oh yes.
That's this is a game changer now that Zibo is using a different reference point. Total game changer. I don't know if Neil is still there, if he's flying somewhere, what happened to him. Neil, are you still there?
No, he's gone.
No, he's here. So Neil, that's real weather now. Okay, I've switched off xEnviro. So we're in explain real weather from now on, okay? My wife just sent me a WhatsApp. So she's not feeling well.
You'll have to put that doctor's outfit on when you finish the stream.
I'm too worried it's contagious. I'm kidding. I'll go take care of her. But she's burning up. Her fever is high. See if I can make a doctor's appointment for her. Neil, how's that, buddy? How's that? Night and day difference. Yeah, and that's so typical of you. Go find the weather. Tell us what happens. This is absolutely rock solid. It's a game changer, jet power. It's a total game changer. I think I'm going to go and grab another coffee. Hello, Magnus. You just came in time to hear me say that. I need another coffee. We've got 281 nautical miles for top of descent, so I think it's a good time to take a quick break. I'm just leaving everything as is, let it run, and I'll be back with you in 5 minutes.
Are you set up for the descent, Nico?
No, not yet, sir, but I usually do it like 100 miles from top of descent, somewhere there. What I can do is I can just bring this down. I think this goes to like 5,000. Let me just set, because then it can start the descent if I'm late. We don't want to be late, but let's see.
Worth reminding you just in case.
Yes. So that needs to be 4,000. Okay, so the aircraft will do its thing. Okay, I'll be back just now. I'm leaving you guys on Discord in open mic, eh? So just be careful.
I'll send you a PM, Nico, if anything goes wrong.
Right. Magnus, just before I go, I did most of the flight up until now in xEnviro, and as part of the test, I've just gone back to explain real weather. Zibo figured something out that's a total game changer, so we're testing both. But I was on xEnviro first, just for the record. Okay, I'll be back 5 minutes, guys.
PM, Mr. Mac.
Okay.
Mr. Mac. For some reason of it. Problems with. Look at Nico's stream. I can only think it was a weather change.
Well, it recovers very quickly. That's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to just make sure that we know what it caused it. It has to be a weather change.
Yeah.
It can't be anything else. And that's not something that Zibo can do anything about.
No. But it wasn't drastic manoeuvres. It wasn't bouncing around all over the place.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, there we go again. Now what caused that one?
Not sure what you're looking at. I haven't seen anything since then.
Okay. I may be slightly behind you. I just saw that big bounce and then.
Well, that was up and down. I mean, it went.
Right, okay. But it was a controlled recovery, which is what you would see in the real world. It wasn't hunting it. Yeah, that was a weather update, I would think, John.
Yeah, another little one there. It's almost as if the weather changes need to come in little small packets rather than one huge one.
Well, the thing is, it only updates to the server. I forget now, do you have the option of changing the frequency of it nowadays?
Yeah, you do. I think Nico's got his on about 5 minutes.
What are we talking about? Yeah. I'm back.
We just
weather
had
updates.
Nico. Probably up to around about 1,000 feet, but it recovered okay. We was trying to make sure that we understood what caused it. It can only be a weather change.
Yes, yes.
But the aircraft recaptured the altitude in a controlled manner. It wasn't hunting for it.
Understand. Okay. All right.
Yeah, there was a pitch change. It went up to about 1,000 feet per minute climb.
Okay.
But then gradually came back. So it was very controlled.
Ah, wait here. Okay. Well, I'm going to start setting up for my descent then.
I've replied to you, John.
Yeah, I've just read it. Thanks, Mark.
think that's it. She changed this. It's beautiful.
What have you got your weather update on at the moment? 5 minutes, Nico?
I don't know, Mac. I don't know if you can set this. I don't think you can set the real weather.
There's an option somewhere. There was at one time, whether it was 15 minutes or 5 minutes or...
I don't know. Not sure.
Can't remember where.
Yeah. I know in xEnviro I can do that. And over there I've got it, I think, on 5 minutes. 5 or 15, I can't remember.
Okay. I know they were changing the system as to how they throw out the weather updates to reduce the load on the servers at Lamina.
Okay.
Ready for descent procedure.
You know, I'm just thinking out loud, Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
It's like watching paint dry, huh?
Yes, it is.
Approach top of descent.
Oh, my coffee is lekker. I hope you guys got some as well.
Nico,
Yeah.
during descent, would it be worthwhile doing an alternator failure and starting up the APU?
Mac, I think it's a good...
the electrical systems, I was thinking.
Mac, it's a good idea. I just don't have the energy for it, to be honest.
No, fair enough. No,
Yeah.
fine. No, that's fair enough. I'm just thinking the only thing that Zibo might want more testing of is the new electrical coding, that's all.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just don't have the energy right now, Mac, honestly.
No, it's fine. No, I'm not pressurising you.
Cool. Sorry, Mac.
Of interest, Nico.
Yeah.
Just can you go to the descent page? You can get rid of the yoke if you want to. Target speed for descent.
296.
787. It was 79, which I thought was perhaps
too fast.
You can see now where it was coming from. No, it was, you had looked 787, so it would show 79. No, it's looking very, very good in descent, isn't it?
Yep. And I've still got the tailwind, yes, jet power. There's no porpoising whatsoever.
We couldn't find any problems this morning. I was hopeful that you might, if there was something, that you would find it.
Must admit that just now, to capture the speed, it lived up 30% plus in the engines, and now it's come back to ground flight idle. That was the changeover from Mark to Mark.
Okay.
Let's see what happens now.
Well, now it's going to level off at 24, and then it's going to take the next descent point in for the miles.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, Mikma, there isn't much weather here, so you're right. It looks like it's on the rails. It is so stable, it's not even funny. You might find that Zibo might tune it a little bit, and Pixar said he's also still thinking of tuning it, so, but it's a good start. At least now we know what's causing the porpoising and how to get rid of it, so that's the big thing.
I see really.
I love my auto also. Morning, Chris. Yeah, we've got a brand new Zibo that we're testing, eh? So far, it is magnificent. There's the next descent coming. Enjoy, Chris. It's not that late. It is 20 minutes past 3 p.m. You know, so yeah, that's actually the reason for the steps. And that's the end of my coffee. That was lovely. Bit fast, but she's on that profile, that vertical profile, like, can't believe, huh?
Approaching transition.
messaged you, Nico.
I'm just reading it. Mac, it should be because remember they've got their own flight model. Okay, so but I'll ask him. I'll do. Don't worry. I sent him a message. And it all depends, to answer your question, it all depends on the weather. There's clearly not much weather, you know, so I remember a while ago, Sasso did say we must be careful not to make it too stable because the real one isn't as stable. Whether it's true in this regard, I don't know, because when Sasso was online with us earlier, speaking with Twixter while we were sitting there, he was raving about the flight model. You know, he was very happy with it. So, as you know, it's a work in progress. For the weather that we have right now, I think it's okay. It's spot on. But Neil will have to go and take it into a hurricane and then come back and tell us what he thinks. Then we'll see. Yeah, we're all waiting for you, Mr. Flying Scotsman.
Yeah, surely he needs 21 first.
That's true.
Can you zoom in on the ND a minute, please, Nico? Yeah. It's alright. I was just looking to see how much grabbing you've got going on there.
Yeah, I would guess about 6-7 degrees.
Yeah, with that 36 knot wind, yeah. Yeah, no, fine, thank you.
Hello, John. Welcome to the stream.
Which is all indications that it's still taking account of the weather conditions. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches on.
I can't recall getting Windows updates last night or this morning. My customers did. I did quite a few updates for them this morning. But I can't remember. I don't think I got there. Not yet. The one thing that I did get a couple of days ago, maybe 3 days ago, it seems that Microsoft is now trying to force their AMD driver onto me. So every time I reboot my machine, it comes up with a little window asking me, do I want to install the latest AMD drivers? And I just say no, because clearly this version of the drivers that I've got working now works. So I'm not interested in changing anytime soon. Now, as far as I can see, this is default X-plane. This is not AutoOrtho's. This is default X-plane because the scenery cuts out that tile again. I hope the guys are going to realize soon that it's not necessary to do that, to put in any orthos in their scenery. So they must just make it compatible with the normal satellite imagery that is. Linda, are you okay, Poppy? Let's see. There we go.
The seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Thousand to level off.
Radio altimeter.
Flaps 1 set.
Right, stow those tray tables, guys, and fasten your seat belts. We're going to land soon.
Sterile.
The blind is too high. I need to go set it quick. Come back. Oh, that sun here in the real world was shining right in my eyes. trim is very active now.
Speed brake.
Set. It's armed.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Right, 3 greens on the gear, flaps 15, and these flaps 30 supposed to go to now. And Linda's got the
Ready for
lights,
landing
cabin is
checklist.
secure. We're happy, we can land. Overground altitude is 5,000. There we go. Hello, Sergey.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Approaching 3, 2, left.
Yeah, I forget that we have to land deep, yeah.
Flight slow.
200 minimums.
Take rate.
100.
How's that? Getting a spam call right when we need to land.
50, 40, 30.
Let's go over the line, then we land.
10.
That was beautiful. Oh, that was lovely. Love that.
Butter.
Yeah. Hello, Kiers. I'll read your message just now. Let me just concentrate one side first. This was awesome. Ah, this was lovely. This was extraordinarily lovely.
50 knots. Yeah. Great landing. You are professional.
My real name is Nico. Dank, Herman.
Thank you, Zibo. Thank you, Twixter.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, guys. And thank you to everybody watching. This was a long flight.
They did a great job for the model, Nick.
Sorry, say, can you break up a bit?
They did a great job for the flight model, improving.
I still can't make out what you're saying, but the flight model did improve. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better. Totally different ball game now, eh?
A couple of have been discussing in the background. There's some other coding that's introduced in this update. Whether that's been finally proven and tested yet may or may not delay the release of this current version.
Yes, so yeah.
But all's looking good at the moment.
Of the landing procedure. Yeah, I'm very, very happy.
After landing procedure.
Yeah, you see, departing the fixed aspect drawing set, we don't know what else Zibo wants to put in here and what else he needs to change before we can release it. But I mean, I'm thoroughly happy if we release it as is, you know, and build on that again. You know, good stepping stone, very good stepping stone, this one.
Yeah.
Very good.
Flaps up and set.
Right, brakes set. Go. Thank you everybody for joining me, and we'll speak to you guys soon again.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
I'm glad we did both weather engines in one flight. It was long enough, so I'm happy both ways. And thank you for all your support and everything else. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Don't forget to
Nico.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, Mac. What did you say, Uncle John? Don't forget.
Don't forget to book it.
Oh, I will have to book it, yes. I didn't run the actual course. Can you believe it? I'll have to do a manual for that one. Cheerio. Okay, bye-bye. Tot ziens. Bye-bye.